we'll get started in just a wee second. I'll get that so you can see. It's a R.A.I.L protocol, so it's something I use for pretty much all my injuries. Release, activate, integrate, and load. So release, activate, integrate, load. And we tend to do them in the order. So it starts off as you start with the R.A.I.L, then you go into the, so you start with the release, then you go into the activate, then you go into integrate, then you go into your run or your gym or your workout or whatever it are. So it's quite a nice little, like a pre-warm up. And then also when you finish, everyone says we do a cool down, but they're a liar. So load, integrate, and then release. We'll get there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have our foam rollers. We're just going to do foam rollers with the hamstring itself there. So we'll be on the mats and the legs, so on top of the foam roller, underneath the hamstring. We're just going to work through our hamstrings today, okay? So we're going to work on the left leg first of all. And having the weight just on the arms and potentially balanced on the right leg. And then just rotate your leg. So if you look down at your foot, imagine it's pointing up at 12 o'clock. Just rotate it over to maybe 10 o'clock. Just get the outside hamstring. And then if you rotate it over to maybe 2 o'clock to get the inside hamstring itself there. So you can just work across that line as well. And try and think about getting closer to the knee. And then just get yourself going closer to the glute itself as well. So just kind of working all over the hamstring. Wherever you feel there's a little bit of gnar, you can hang it there. If you're finding that actually feels not too bad, just lift the top leg off and then put it on, the other leg off and put it on to the top of the opposite leg. So just really working through that hamstring itself there. Find the bits that are a wee bit achy and you can just keep the pressure on them itself. Good work. Really working into the different angles of that foot, making different angles of the hamstring itself. In 3, 2, 1. I'm going to switch over onto our right hand leg. Same idea, we're just going to roll through the hamstring itself there. Close to the bottom, close to the knee. I wouldn't go onto the knee itself. I think that it's more like lymph nodes in there and just like stuff you don't really want to be pressing into. There's a lot of arteries in the back of the knee as well. So I'd probably just keep it in the middle of the hamstring, right in the meaty part of the muscle itself there. And then just rotate round. This time when you go to 2 o'clock, you'll be on the outside hamstring. And when you go across to 10 o'clock, you'll be on the medial hamstring. And you might find that the inside one is a wee bit tighter than the outside, or vice versa. And if you can, just lift the top leg off onto the bottom leg. I'm just going to get a full hamstring work here. So normally before a run, I'd probably spend a maximum of 1 to 2 minutes foam rolling, and I'd probably pick the area that I'd want to kind of spend time on. So for example, if my quads are feeling tight, I'd maybe roll my quads. If my glutes are feeling tight, I'd maybe spend some time on the glutes. I probably wouldn't do a 15 to 20 minute full foam roll, because I just think that sometimes you can deactivate the muscle or switch it off. So nice 1 to 2 minutes works quite nice there. 3, 2, 1. We pop the foam rollers to the side. We grab our spiky balls. We're going to go into the hip this time around with the spiky balls. So we're going to the hip. So what we're going to do is on our side, we're just going to lift ourselves up. We're just going to push into the hip itself, so into the hip joint itself. And this should feel a wee bit gnarly, just round about the hip itself. It should feel like a dead leg, but it shouldn't feel like it's a sharp pain. If you're on something firm and it feels like bone, just move it a wee bit off of that, because we don't want to roll the bone. I think we don't tend to be too successful when we do that. And again, you should feel that radiation just quite deep into the buttock itself there. It should feel just that dead leg type feeling, which is quite a nice, weird kind of sensation you get there. We're going to hang it here for about 1.5 minutes. Again, you can go again onto the front part of the hip by just rotating round slightly. You can come up onto your elbow and really push down the hips, so you get a good stretch there. Just explore. There's probably no hard and fast apart from trying to be on the bone. I probably wouldn't go too far around. If you're going around onto the back of the hip, I wouldn't go around into the buttock itself. I'd keep yourself still on the side itself there. Just caught myself in the camera there and I look like a banana today. I don't know why I'm all in yellow. I've even got a yellow band from the drill, so yellow's the colour of the day. 3, 2, 1, and then we're just going to switch over sides. So switch over sides. I'm going to use my right side now. If you did your left before, go on to your right. If you did the right, go on to your left. So no hard and fast. I sometimes use my back legs for a bit of stability. Just working that hip. And once you find a bit that's a wee bit gnarly, just hang out there for a wee bit longer. And you might feel it right down to the back of the hamstring. You might find it even goes even further down at the calf. That's you right on the glute med trigger point. We're quite a wee bit away from the sciatic nerve, so it's not the nerve that you're pressing on here. It's more that muscle that's under a lot of tension. That when it gets pressed on, positive pressure helps to just release that off. And breathe into it a lot. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, just increase the pressure down through the hip itself. Good work. Seconds odds. So this is a release bit here. We've spent a wee bit of time, guys. Pretty much just choose one of the drills. So either you release or you go for the hamstrings or you go for the glutes. I tend to find the hip is key to a lot of the hamstring issues. So by spending time on the hip, you'll probably get a good prognosis out of the hamstring itself. In 3, 2, 1, X. So we're now into our activate. So we're going to go into our backs, and we're just going to have ourselves right leg straight, left leg's going to be 90 degrees, toes are pointing up towards the roof, head's going to be down. We're just going to stretch through and back down. Through and back down. Just try to get some length through that hamstring itself there. Ideally, we're looking for as close to straight as possible, but 9 times out of 10, we tend to find it a wee bit of a limitation. Go to where it starts to feel like it's like that cogwheel type feeling, like it starts to just really start to pull and then ease back off. So don't force anything, just go to where there's tension and then come back off. Squeeze back. Those are important. So push with the heel, pull with the toes. So toes get pulled towards you, heel gets pushed away. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch over. Straight in. Off we go. Squeeze and then pull. Work, stretching through, keeping that toes pulled up towards you. What this is activating the muscles because we're actively moving the leg rather than passively stretching it. We're actively stretching that hamstring by pulling the toes up towards ourselves, pushing the heel away. 5, 3, 2, 1. We're slowly up onto our feet. Our second drill for our activate is our founder drill. So We're going to have, if you've got a mat, have your feet either side of the mat itself. Hands, we want to make our sphere of tension, so press our fingertips together and really press them hard. And we're going to just push our hips back as we reach forward. We're going to hold in that position there. So our knees aren't locked out completely. Our knees are just soft, but it all comes from the hips itself here, okay? So we've got 3 by line here. And 3, 2, 1. Hands go forward, hips go back, and we're just going to hang out in this position here itself there. I want you to be aware of the feet itself. So if you feel like you're on your heels, just shift your weight forward so you're in the middle of the foot. If you find that you're too far forward and your heels are coming off the ground, shift your weight back, but keep the spine nice and long. Keep the pressure through the hands, keep the pressure through the feet. So push into the ground, make it an active process. Push down the ground, push the hips back, push the hands forward, spine long. Eye gaze is on your index fingers, not looking down at the ground. We're looking nice and long through that spine. 15 seconds. Push the hips back. 5, 3, 2, stand up tall. Good job. 15 seconds recovery to a nice little shake out. And then we're going to go into our second set. 5 seconds, feet shoulder apart, hands together, off go, push the hands forward, push the hips back. Hold here. Pressing the big toe down, be aware of that whole foot being in contact with the ground. Be aware of the hips being rotated back, the way we're sitting into the hips. Spine long, eye gaze on the fingers. Nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, try and sit into the hips. Good job. Press the feet down, hips back. Three, 2, 1. Stand back up top. 15 seconds again. Give a nice little shake out. Your back's not long much about. 1 last set to go. 5 seconds. Feet shoulder apart. Hands together. Ready. Off we go. Reach out. Hold in this position here. Up nice and tall. Eye gaze on the fingers. Shift the weight to the middle of the foot, not the heels, not the forefoot, the middle of the foot. Press the fingertips tightly. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're breathing into the hips. And deep breath in. As you breathe out, push the hips back. Really trying to open up that hips. Massive link between the hips being tight and the hamstrings being underworked or overworked or tighter or under too much tension. So the hips are key for this. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and stand back out. Perfect. We're into integrate. Integrate is going to be where we start to get all the muscles working together. And our first one's going to be our foam roller bridge today. So our foam roller bridge. Have your foam roller. Your feet are going to be on the roof of the roller. So you can imagine the top of the roller is where your feet want to kind of be. So we're not dropping down here. We're not going to the toes. We're not going to the heels. And we're right on the roof of the roller itself. We'll lie back. It's a pelvic tilt rather than a bridge, okay? So it's a pelvic tilt towards you until the bottom comes off the ground, but your back stays down. And we're going to think about our feet like the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal of a go-kart. We're going to try and keep them even, okay? If you find that the left-hand side is working harder than the right, press harder than the right. So we're going to do, it's 3 by 1 minute, so we'll play about with how we're doing this here today. So ready, normal for the first, pelvic tilt on, press down through the feet on the roller, off we go. If you need to just roll the roller out a wee small bit so we're just beyond 90 degrees, do that. So pelvic tilt, back down, bottom off. Arms can come in with a reach up towards the roof. Eyes can be closed, eyes can be open, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable doing, whatever you need to do to get the job done. Good job, pressing down through the feet. Your feet are the key thing for this here. You have to have pressure down through the feet. So imagine there's an orange underneath both arches of your foot, and you try to press that orange into the ground itself there. Press and hold. 50-50 is what we're looking for in the first rep here. 50-50. 3, 2, and relax back out there. Good job. 15 seconds. Get the hands and a little stretch out. This time we're going to float between 80-20 on the right, 80-20 on the left. Okay, so we take our positions just beyond 90 degrees. The arch of the foot's on, the heel and the toes are off. Ready. Pelvic tilt towards you, press down through the feet, squat the orange. Then I want you to go 80% off the left hand foot, make the right foot light, and then slowly transition over to the opposite side. We're not lifting the leg off yet, we're just making the pressure different to the feet. So I want you to accelerate by pressing to the right. Now I want you to brake by pressing to the left. Accelerate and brake. Lovely. Keep that pelvic tilt back in the bridge. Accelerate. Brake. Accelerate. Brake. Accelerate. Brake. Last one. Accelerate. Brake. Relax there. Good job. One more to go, guys. One more to go. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pelvic tilt towards you, press down. We're just going to do small movements with the feet itself there. Okay, so both feet are pressing down in the roller. Both feet are moving that hamstrings. Keep it as a bridge. Bottoms off, backs down. Not a full lift off, but the hips are tilted towards you. Sorry. Move that roller in and out. Keep the reach good. Keep the breathing. Press through the feet. Yes, press, press. Press, press, press. Hamstring should be kicking now. Normally, if we're doing this before a run, we wouldn't do a full 3 times the 1 minute. You would just do maybe 1 to 2 times 20 to 30 seconds max. So if you want to go up to a minute, then that's okay as well. But we're just looking to integrate the muscles together. We don't want to fatigue them. 3, 2, 1, and relax out there. We're on to our second drill and integrate, which is going to be our best. Our best minute. So we're going to have our foam rollers. We're going on our left leg. Now what we're going to do is we're slowly going to just reach towards the ground. Tap the ground. And then come back up again. Okay, so it's going to be 1 minute off the left, 1 minute off the right. Okay, perfect. Starting in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Off with our left leg. Right leg's going out the back, nice and straight. Doesn't matter how many reps you do, just be under tension. Tap the ground. Drive back through. Ready? Back. Second rep. ground. 3. And again, prior to a run, you probably do maybe 5 to 8 reps maximum, rather than doing 3 by a minute that we're going to do today. Switch over, right leg, ready, off we go. Keeping the knee slightly bent, but it's the hip that hinges rather than the knee bending more. It's long with the spine for as long as you can. Work. Well, guys, doing well. Three, 2, 1. Left leg again, second set, off we go. Good work. Next. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. If you don't touch the ground, that's absolutely fine as well. If you find that you're losing the balance, put the hand on the wall. Use the wall as a little bit of support. Nice and slow, controlled. Hold that. Seconds. Switching over again, switching over, right leg. Second set. Off go. Sure. That's 15. Hard. 3, 2, 1. Final set, left leg, straight in, off we go. Again, working on balance, working on control, but integrating the hip into the knee, into the ankle. Working the muscles of the glutes, with the hamstrings, with the calf, with the boots as well. That whole analogy of the fishing rod, the fishing line, and the fishing hook. You need them all to be working together to get a successful outcome. 4. 3, 2, 1. Switch over right hand leg. Last set. Ready? Go. Pretty much if we're doing this as a warm-up for a run, the rail would be release, maximum of 1 to 2 minutes on the hip or the hamstring, depending on what you feel. Activate, we would go through your founder drill, maybe 1 set or 2 sets of 20 seconds. We then go into our integrate, which would be our arabesque we're doing just now. We'd probably do 5 to 8 repetitions, just 1 set. And our load would be our run. So we then go for our run itself. And what we're going to do for our load today is we do little strength drills for the hamstring itself. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. So you can grab your bands, that would be great. We're just going to finish off with 2 loaded drills for the hamstring itself. So you can grab bands. You'll be face down. Bands are going to be just around about the feet rather than around about the ankles. Our first one is just going to be our hamstring curl. So hamstring curl, we're just going to pull the foot up towards the bottom and then back down again. Okay? So keeping the left leg completely flat, the right leg is going to go towards our bottom. So a minute each side, we're going to alternate each side. Okay? So the first breath is going to be just a hamstring curl. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. And then back down. Trying to keep the heel coming straight towards the bottom. And then back down. Halfway. Squeeze that up. Slow on the way back down. Pulling from the heel, pulling towards the bottom. And switch over. Right leg stays still. Right leg pulls up. Slow on the way up. Slow on the way back down. Slow on the way up. Slow on the way back down. Again, press the pelvis down into the mat, keeping our backs nice and flat. Hamstrings working concentrically, so shortening, which we need for the up pull of a cycle, which we need for the up pull of the knee drive when we're running as well. 3, 2, 1. Both ankles come up to the top. This time what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the right one only, pulling down, then coming back up. So the right one only pulling down, and then back up. Okay, so ready in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Right foot down, and back up. So the one that's staying bent is the one that tends to be working in that concentric isometric position. Press, press, press. Slow on the release, slow on the release. Two, 1, keep the right foot high, left foot presses down. Super, super slow. Pressing the hips of the pelvis straight down into the mat. Squeeze through that range. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And relax, I put the bands off. Well done, guys. Let me just pause the recording and we'll go through that R.A.I.L technique again, just quickly, just to summarize that. Good work. So the R.A.I.L protocol is something I use for quite a lot of injured runners going back and running. Depending on their injury, we modify it for them. So this is a wee bit generic today. We did a bit of the same kind of principles, but we kind of made it more for hamstring. If you had a hamstring, you're going back to run, R.A.I.L would be release, would be your hip or your hamstring, 1 to 2 minutes max. We wouldn't spend any longer on that. Then going to activate, which would be one of the small drills. So I had supine knee extensions there, but if you're out at a park run, you're not going to lie on your back and do your extensions. So I'd probably have the founder and maybe hold it for about 20 to 25 seconds and maybe do 1 to 2 sets, just while they're doing like the briefing. I'm then going to integrate, again, the foam roller is tricky to do because you can't lie down sometimes when you're at a race. So the R.A.I.L is quite nice. And I'll do maybe 5 to 8 repetitions, 1 set of. So we're not fatiguing the muscle, but we're getting all the muscles integrated together. And then the load would be, I'd go from a start of my run warm up. So not necessarily straight into the race, but go for a light jog before I then go and do my race itself. So regardless of whether you're injured or not, that's what I would probably do. Then after the run is finished, so I'm using parkrun as an example. Once parkrun's finished, I then do maybe 5 to 8 arabesques just to try and get some length back into the hamstring. I then do 2 to 3 founders to try and get some length back into the hamstring. And then I'd finish once I get home with a spiky ball and foam roller for 1 to 2 minutes. So I do the whole thing just in reverse order itself. Any questions, any queries, any concerns at all there? Good job.
Good, James. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
Thanks. Good, James.
Next week, I'm going to do the same kind of thing, but it's going to be for the quad. And then the following week, it's going to be the same kind of thing, but it's going to be for the glute itself. So we'll find that there'll be a few different things. And the last one will probably be the calf. So we'll do hamstring, then we'll do the quad, glute, then the calf itself in the next few weeks, unless anyone has anything that they want to kind of go through. But that'll be kind of what's quite nice. So then you can then have these as tools. If you feel my calf's a wee bit tight, what did James say in the R.A.I.L? Or my hamstring's a wee bit tight, what did James say in the R.A.I.L? So if we've all got these to kind of go back on, depending on what your injury is, you can then go and look them up. Good job.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Very good.
Good luck in Albania, Paul.
Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for your help.
Safe travels. Right, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.
All the best.
Bye, Alan. Bye, Ian. Bye, Charlotte.